Hey, this is Rick Kaselj from exercisesforinjuries.com. In this video, I wanted to go through the best mobility exercises to fix anterior pelvic tilt. Now, I'll start off with just kind of quickly explaining what anterior pelvic tilt is. It ends up being your pelvis tilted forward so that there's an increase in the curve in your lower back, and there ends up being more tightness in the front of your hip. Now, these are three exercises that you can do, mobility exercises, that'll end up helping loosen up your hips, specifically that anterior pelvic tilt. So the first exercise that you're going to end up going through ends up being a 90-90 hip rocking exercise. So you're kneeling at 90 and your front leg's at 90, and what you're going to do is rock that hip forward a little bit and then back. So you're rocking forward, you might feel a little bit of a stretch and increased movement in that hip, and then you're coming back and releasing that stretch and increased movement in the hip. Good. And looking at how many repetitions that you're starting off with, you're starting off with 5 repetitions, backing off, seeing how you end up feeling. If you feel benefit, it feels like it's helping, then you can progress to like 8 or 10 repetitions. And make sure to do them on one side and the other as well. Now, the second exercise that you're going to end up going through ends up being a cat and dog mobility exercise. So with this one, you're in a 4-point position, hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are under the hips, and now what you're going to do is round out, dropping the head, rounding out the mid-back, rounding out the low back, and then you're going to go in the exact opposite direction. Bringing the head up, flattening the mid-back, dropping the low back, and tilting the pelvis. And you're going to go back and forth, this alternating in a slow, controlled movement in that arching down and rounding up. And with this one, what we're really doing is we're really working on getting that pelvis moving in that low back movement in this mobility exercise. And just like with the other one, start off with 5 repetitions, go back, do a self-test, see if it feels better. If it feels better, you can progress on to 8 or 10 repetitions. Now, the third one involves a stability ball, and what it is a stability ball side-to-side mobility exercise. So Orsi's pulled the ball up as close as she can to her thighs. She's lying down on her back. Now what she's going to do is rock her legs to one side and rock her legs to the other side. So now what we're doing is we're working on increasing the mobility and movement in the hip joint. So she's going from 1 o'clock over to 11 o'clock. We're not focusing it being an abdominal exercise, we're focusing it on being a hip mobility exercise. So we're rocking back and forth. And same thing, start off with 5 repetitions on each side, see how it feels. If you feel better, progress on to 8 to 10 repetitions. Perfect. So there you go, give those exercises a go and see how your hips end up feeling, and see how it ends up affecting your anterior pelvic tilt. So this is Rick Kaselj from exercisesforinjuries.com. Swing by exercisesforinjuries.com, enter in your injury or pain. There's a good chance they have an article, interview, or video that'll help you overcome your injury or pain. Secondly, if you're watching this on YouTube, head up above, hit subscribe. What that'll do is every couple days you'll end up getting a video from me where I talk about injury or pain. Thirdly, head down below, hit like, and leave me a question or comment. So this is Rick Kaselj from exercisesforinjuries.com saying take care and bye-bye.